Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Lawrence here on Tuesday, June the 8th. I have to start off by saying I've had a few sleepless nights, I've been a bit worried. Reason being, in the early hours of Sunday morning, fellow YouTuber Logan Paul was in the boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather, one of the all-time greats of boxing, he did alright. But the pressure on him to have this fight was enormous, Now, what's going to happen with me if I start to get more users? Are people going to say Lawrence should be in the ring with Mayweather or Mike Tyson or somebody? Well, it's the last thing I want at my age. I'd get battered. The last time I had a fight was 1951 against Paul somebody. I don't think it's the same guy. This was Paul somebody, but and it all ended when he bent my little finger back, And I've got arthritis in that now. I'd get battered, so the last thing I want is to be involved in that. The only thing I could think of is I'd wear my glasses. And, when I was at school, the big lads wouldn't hit anybody with glasses on. So you have to hold that a bit, it'd kick in if you like. But no, I don't want that. But the sport I do look forward to is this weekend when it's the start of the Euros, fantastic, long awaited this, isn't it? And that poor lad with three names misses out, doesn't he? Trent, Alexander and Arnold. But I have to say, it doesn't help you in football having three names like that for England. It just doesn't help. In fact, it works against you. Look at 1966, simple two names, Alan Ball, Nobby Stiles, Gordon Banks, Bobby Moore. It wasn't all three names, Jeff Damien Hurst or anything. Not in football, in art or other stuff, but not in football. Better still, if you can manage with one name or get known by one name, you do even better, Pele and Maradona and Eusebio and Ronaldo and Rivellino. And then, it's great if you have one name, but don't have three. And I noticed, Meghan Markle and Harry have just had a little girl, and many congratulations, lovely news. But they've given her one of these complicated names, It's something like Lilliput, Diana, Mountbatten Windsor or something like that, And I'll bet you anything you like, she never plays for England at soccer, at football, Well, that's an interesting one. Is it soccer, i.e. is she going to play for America or over here? And we don't want to open that can of worms, do we? But I don't think she will make it because of that. Having said all of that, she may not be able to kick a ball. She might be rubbish, but, that's the way it is with these names. Anyway, good luck to Gareth Southgate and his team. Jesse Shingard misses out, which is a shame. But he's got a good squad, I think, really. Youngish squad, a good squad. And he could do well, especially with home advantage. But I do worry about Gareth Southgate. He always has that haunted look in his face. Looks like he did in 1986 before he took and missed that penalty, We don't want any of that. And let's hope he wears his lucky waistcoat, that blue one. But it's getting a bit warm, isn't it? It's going to be muggy at night, and he may not want to wear it, and that's going to work against us, isn't it? So let's just hope, with home advantage, Wembley, that we can, Accrington never played at Wembley. Let's hope with home advantage that they can do well, But talking of Accrington and Lancashire, it's a real worry, this variant, this Indian variant, the Delta variant, as it's now being called, it's just evolving and spreading all around Lancashire, It's Darwinianism in Darwin. It's incredible, really. So we all have to be so careful, don't we? And then we've got, what have we got? The G7 summit starting in Cornwall this week. But it's madness, they're starting on a Friday. Well, that's changeover day in Cornwall. Can you imagine what the M5 and the A30 are going to be like? Be impassable, all these queues on the way back, caravans and all sorts. They should have had it on another day. But my advice, and you've got people like Biden and Merkel and all the others, Macron and people going, get up early and travel like 2 or 3 in the morning. That's what we've done in the past, And you then can get there for breakfast and you miss most of the traffic. That's what I would advise. Now, plus some of these have got a few bob, so get yourself a Premier Inn, stay somewhere like, right at the back of it. Stay in Taunton or Exeter, and then you've just got a small hop down to Cornwall, That's what I would do. And let's face it, this is a jolly, it's a holiday. They're like everybody else, they're going to Cornwall, aren't they? They've not chosen Moss Side or Toxteth, no. they've chosen holiday resort, and why not? But I've been on these corporate jollies myself, 40 odd years ago. You have a bit of a talk of business over breakfast, and then you're down the beach. That's how it goes. Now, if you are going down the beach, do be careful. This is advice for Biden and so on. It's great fun bodyboarding, but be careful. Because look out for the weavers. They're dangerous. I'm not on about the Lancashire, mill workers. These are fish, poisonous fish, called weaver fish. And they are very, very potent. One of the worst pains known to man. My friend Derek got stung in the Balearics years ago, and he's never been the same since. So be careful. Avoid low tide. You're all right jumping in off the jetty and stuff, but don't go wading in at low tide, because they're under the sea, they're under the sand rather. Be careful. I mean, there's other things. Go down to the arcade or do something else. You don't have to go in the sea, There's lots of things to do there. And I hope they have a better place to stay than we did, when we were down there. It was nice enough, a little fisherman's cottage. But he said it slept four, and I'll tell you, that spare room was tiny. It was for kiddies or midgets or something, not normal people. So, because the wife, although there's only two of us now, the wife likes an extra room for her cases, takes them all up with her cases. And you want something bigger than that. Nice enough place, but not like the description said, So I hope they have a nice time at the summit. I don't know if there's going to be like burgers for there's certainly no McDonald's, I don't think, or KFC for Biden, but he should try some of our food while he's over here. Get some fish and chips or a Cornish pasty. I mean, a Cornish pasty is a meal in itself, Should try it. Do something a bit different while you're over here, And let's hope that nobody goes around smacking Macron, poor lad. His face will be stinging, won't it? Anyway, I think that's about it for this week, and I hope you're all well. We'll catch up again next week. Take care of yourselves, and let's just hope there's none of this fighting coming off with me. Thank you.